Green, warm and cozy, he loves us like a father. It is very old and very young. I love you, Vladikavkaz. We had left the Alexandrovsky Hotel, link to the video about the hotel in the description, and walked along the central alley of Prospect Mira towards Freedom Square. Freedom Square, the old name is Mikhailovskaya Square, is the main square of the city of Vladikavkaz. It houses the building of the Supreme Court of the Republic as well as the Soviets' house. When I was living in Vladikavkaz, I left it in 1990 for Moscow, where Oktyabr Cinema Theater was also located on Svoboda Square. I remember, as boys, we would always visit it with great pleasure. It was worth it because of coziness, comfort and a huge cinema screen. In 2012, Oktyabr Cinema Theater was demolished and now there is just space. The Soviets' house is a monument of architecture and urban planning, an object of the cultural heritage of Russia. The Soviets' house was built in 1940. The building houses the Supreme Council of the Republic and the Council of Ministers of North Ossetia. Along Tsereteli Street, they passed by the Republican Pioneers Palace and the Children's Library. To the left of the camera you can see my alma mater, Gymnasium number 5, and to the right, Pushkin Square. Gymnasium number 5 is the oldest school in the North Caucasus. In 2002, it celebrates 135 years since its foundation. We turn into the museum lane. The building of the Museum of the Turks region, now the Museum of Ossetian Literature, named after Kostah Hitagurov. The House of Cinema, formerly the Konstantinovsky School, is a monument of the cultural heritage of Russia. North Ossetian State University. The Kavkaz Hotel was built in the late 40s. After a major overhaul in 2011, it became known as Planet Lux. Vatutina Street, my home street, there is a house on it to which I was brought from the maternity hospital number 1. I was living in this building from 1963 until 1990. Then I left Vladikavkaz for Moscow. Druzhba Cinema Theater. Druzhba means friendship. All my childhood and almost all of my youth passed by on these streets. On the right hand is the entrance to the central market of Vladikavkaz. Kuybysheva Street. It goes straight to Prospect Mira, to Lenin Square, on which the Alexandrovsky Grand Hotel is located. State and Supermarket. Here we usually bought some food during our stay in Vladikavkaz. A very nice store, recommend. And we keep walking along Kuybysheva Street to the place from where we started our little walk. Monument to the city police officer, sculptor Ibrahim Hayev. At the time of our visit, the city was under active repair work. You can wander around the old downtown of Vladikavkaz for hours, along the cozy streets and alleys among one-story houses. The charm of the old city penetrates the very heart. It's a pity that during this visit there was absolutely no time to walk around, breathe in the old town. They drove around only by car, which belonged to my old friend George. Taking this opportunity, I want to say thanks to George from our whole family. Here it is Maternity Hospital number 1, in which I was born. On the left hand, Prospect Mira, and on the right, a large white building, Agrarian State University. The monument to Alexander Pushkin represents a sculptural group, 2 oxen on which Pushkin and a cabman enter Vladikavkaz. At the end of 2016, the reconstruction of the old building of the former Lutheran church, which nowadays is called State Philharmonic, a branch of the Mariinsky Theater, in the historical downtown of Vladikavkaz, was completed. You will not believe it. In Venice, I do not remember the name of the temple. 1:1, like our Philharmonic, 1:1. The building of the Lutheran Church was built in 1866, more than 150 years ago, in the spirit of late Church Gothic, and is the only building of such architecture in the south of Russia. The church was closed in the 1930s. First, the building was given to the Club of the Union of Builders. Later, in 1944, the State Philharmonic of the Republic of North Ossetia was opened in the building of the church. Next to the Philharmonic, there is school number 27, which our friend George graduated from. The Church of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary is the oldest Orthodox church in Vladikavkaz. The Church of the Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary was founded and consecrated in 1814 by the Ossetian Spiritual Commission for missionary purposes and the needs of Orthodox Ossetians, the first settlers of Vladikavkaz. In 1823, the wooden church was demolished, and a stone one was built on this site. Unfortunately, this time we did not manage to devote enough time to the city. For the whole week that we stayed in Ossetia, we went on excursions to the mountains every day. From the side of the city, of course, unfortunately, but on the other hand, from the side of the mountains. Isn't it wonderful that we spent so much time in the mountains of Ossetia? Well, about the mountains in the next video.